Nanishtai awomowah, Napija awomowah, Nanishtai humiara, Namaga in all the four directions, Nanishtai pa Pijapa, Pijapa awomowah. Wow, it's raining this morning. Nanishtai diapa, blessing this earth, that rain. Nanishtai, them guys on that side, Morton County, FBI, Homeland Security, DAPO mercenaries, National Guard, sending blessings to them guys all on that side of the water. It's been raining with beautiful rain this morning. Good thoughts, good words, spirit. Bless our spirit. To me in a good way. Start off with this morning blessing in a good way. Play you guys a little awomowah song. Come in. Got some company this morning. Come in, Greg, doing a live feed, just doing a blessing song and a prayer for not just us, but them guys over there across the water. We'll end that one right there. All right, we'll do that later on. So it's going to give you guys a morning update with yesterday, what happened in the evening time. And a little off track there for a moment. We sent the drone over, and there was a demonstration of prayer yesterday. Was setting up the teepee, but I've witnessed too many times that whenever this side starts to pray, that Morton County sends a signal out with all of the inciting a riot. I like to call it inciting a riot. That's the moment where we have to really be careful, because they really get scared when this side mobilizes to go pray, and it's always been like that. The uneasiness, and I'm starting to think that maybe they're being fear tactic into feeling and getting all ready for that, because they even brought out the LRAD, and that worries me when you have women and elders there. And so as you're coming in with the drone, I started to see that mobilization. We let everyone know this is what they're bringing in, and want to show them that, this side is just praying. That's the moment they're praying. They're standing there praying, and they're going to say, well, they're mobilizing. Yeah, they're mobilizing to pray. And so the story yesterday was to set up a teepee in demonstration of prayer, show how it was done. It was taken down, and everyone went back, and Morton County pulled back their resources, and which was really interesting. When you see this from the air, you can see it really, how it's all lined up, and they're flying in 100 miles an hour, and like they're ready for World War III. If you looked for the previous footage of Fort Rice, they're fully mobilized. All the vehicles are on, and they're ready to come in a moment's notice. And for the water protectors on this side, documenting on this side, reporting where they're at, is they're walking. Wherever they're going, they're walking. They're not running to the front line. They're not scurrying and grabbing anything that, is always walking to the front line and staying warm. What they do grab is a hat and gloves and stay warm. This morning we're blessed with the rain. It's been raining this morning. Sounds like it quit raining, and we got meetings to go to. And for journalism, what we're seeing here is I'm giving you guys more of a storytelling through indigenous eyes. The way you start with the prayer and the blessing and the songs, and then lead into the story and the preparation for what's going to go on during the day. That's the storytelling. That's the journalism through indigenous eyes that was taken away and is being brought back, I feel, through digital storytelling, digital journalism, and helping articulate with Morton County, the indigenous issues that are happening here, and their visitors that, when you guys come, and just want you, Morton County, you guys, this one's specifically for you guys, is that you need to educate your officers on where they're at. I want to say that a photo we're going to post pretty soon of a officer peeing on the top of a sacred site of Turtle Hill. Educate them that they're on sacred sites. Unless he knows that he's standing on a current grave site as well as a sacred site, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be violating that spiritual law. So these are the, I think they don't realize the world is watching. We're watching. And that when we see these violations of the vehicles up on top and, their quads and their Humvees, their tracks going on top of sacred sites, they know they're there. Yet we have to negotiate to please don't go up there. Please don't stand up there. And now we have to ask them, please don't urinate on the graves. So these are the things that, Morton County, you can do in your protocol. And you can definitely call the tribe's cultural center or the cultural monitor or the elders here, and they'll direct you on where those cultural sites are. You've been reached out to many times. You're not complying, and you're not respecting the sacred sites, grave sites of indigenous people. So we need the people to flood their phones and educate them. And they can Google this. They can Google Fort Rice, the militarization of Fort Rice back in the 1800s to the militarization of Fort Rice, to all four directions of people here in the 21st century, second decade of the 21st century. So we have a lot of educating to do. Many guys don't know that the governor's office is on Bismarck's gravesite as well. So this is it was a documentary that was sent to me by one of the historians there in Bismarck to say, we're gonna have a hard time educating Morton County because they don't have that respect already. And I disagree with that. I think they do have that respect. They're just doing it at a sign of power, and it's not power. It's spiritual negligence. It's if you go to church on Sunday, those are part of the protocols. If you go to funerals, those things you don't do. When you're at putting down people into the ground, your relatives. So I got faith that they're going to come around and they're going to get off those sacred sites. They're going to start to respect them. And the officers that are watching this, educate your brothers in the oath you guys taken, and start to question that. Why is it only one side you guys are on? Start to question those things. And it's okay. A lot of the officers we know that have quit because they felt was wrong. A lot of agencies have pulled back their officers because they felt that it wasn't okay. So these are just the small things that are huge in just the human connection, human rights, and just being respectful from human to human. Because what we're seeing here is a disagreement between humans, but now we're seeing that violation of the spiritual laws. And the spiritual laws are desecrating the sacred, digging up the sacred, going through desecrating sacred sites and burial sites. Those are the sacred, and that's why we're trying to protect the sacred. So we got a lot of educating to do, and that doesn't exempt you as a police force. It doesn't exempt you as an officer, and that doesn't exempt you as a conservation officer that's there. It doesn't exempt you as off-duty officers. It doesn't exempt you as prison guard officers. This is part of your responsibility as a human to human. Whether you don't like the people on the other side or not, you have to show these teachings And these are the teachings that Morton County is representing for the rest of Bismarck. And I know the rest of Bismarck is not like that. These are the teachings of your parents and your families that you're upholding here because of the where you stand, and you're drawing the line in the sand there at the barricade. These are teachings. And so few of the officers have really good teachings. They're being respectful, but they're also programmed to not speak, not conversate. And that's for the reason of not knowing what's going on, not knowing where they're standing on sacred sites. But enough is enough. That I'm going to continue to bring up every single day that Morton County is standing on desecrating sacred sites. Every single day, they're protecting the Dakota Access Pipeline and desecrating those sacred sites. Every single day, the mercenaries go across and they're protecting those sacred sites. They're protecting them. Every single day, we're witnessing this. And so, for indigenous people, this is historical trauma. For this generation, we're walking into current trauma. Current trauma is what we're seeing. And educate your circle. Do the best you can to educate your circle, educate people around, and we're going to continue to pray and say good blessings that way, and let Morton County know that this is sacred sites. They do know. Kirschmeyer already knows, but the hurt and the hate in him already is that we've seen when you even meet this guy, you can see that he has the moment to educate his officers and say, guys, we've done enough. We've done enough in desecrating these sacred sites. Not only are we protecting the oil pipeline, but we can move off of these as a show of respect. It's our own teachings. But when you don't get off of those hills that are burial sites, that's a sign of disrespect, and that is your teaching. You've learned it somewhere. You've learned it from some direction that came in your way. So reach out, guys, to Morton County, Kirschmeyer, the governor's office, and let them know. And they're going to say, well, that's an advantage point. That's a logistic point. It's desecration. And that's the point. So the rain has stopped. We've been blessed. But you know, when it rains here, and anywhere it rains where there's snow, there's going to be water. And so we've got to get down to that Washeti. We're up at Sacred Stones right now. We're in a good safe place called Eagle's Nest, and the water runs down, so we're okay here. But the mud is like slick ice. I mean, you can turn your wheel and still be sliding. People, it's a blessing to be up here by all the veterans. It's kind of one of the first times I've ever been by a group of veterans, and hearing their stories and laughter, and they're busy. They're keeping busy. They're everyone eats together. You know, it's pretty cool, and made a lot of good friends, new friends, and going to be lifelong, lasting friends. And they're working hard. They're working hard in Osheti. They're working hard in cleaning down sacred stones at the bottom. We're doing what we can in media to document the cleanup and to show it that everyone is cleaning up, and to counteract, again, the media that only took pictures of garbage. They did not take pictures of people laughing and cleaning and working hard and out there and, you know, and just in the mud and in the water and picking things up. So people are cleaning and they're doing the best they can, but it is realistically not going to happen in the timeline that the Army Corps of Engineers presented, or Morton County. It's not. It's realistically, there's too much. So they're going to continue to do the best they can. We're going to continue to do the best we can to help and document as well. All right, relatives, sending blessings your way, and have a good day. Sending many blessings in the four directions. Aho.